What's going on, guys? It's Cliffy here. Welcome back to another episode of International Cricket Captain 2016, my Australian Reborn career. Today we're taking on New Zealand in a Chappell-Hadlee Series because the Chappell-Hadlee is going on right now. Well, it's going to be happening today, the day that I actually record this. So you guys are going to get this video Friday. We've won the toss. We're going to have a bowl. We've gone with our pretty stock standard lineup. Now, Khawaja and Chris Lynn have been disappointing recently. I have gone and dropped Ashton Agar as well because Agar just seems to be that guy at the moment in this game. Really good with the bat, don't get me wrong, but as a bowling option, just can't really go and get the job done. And in this lineup that I have, I really want him to be that bowling all-rounder who he has been playing at number 7 in this tournament because his batting has been better than Benny McDermott's, but I really would prefer him to go and contribute a lot more with the ball than he has so far. A man who has contributed in this series is Joshy Hazlewood. He goes and gets his first wicket. Ronke back in the hut for just 2 off 8 deliveries. And this middle order of New Zealand, even though it is quite young, it is still quite dangerous. Obviously, excuse me, we've got Williamson, who is, I guess, a very senior player on the side, obviously the captain of this team. But then we've got Ken McClure and Papali at 4 and 5. Ross Taylor coming in at 6, so he provides that experience. And one thing I did notice last time I played this New Zealand side is they are a little bit short when it comes to the bowling stock. So obviously Colin Munro is that 5th bowler. You can look to go and try and target him a little bit. Yeah, you can look to try and target him with the bat because he's not as good as the other guys. I'm not too sure who that Cologne, Vajone, whatever his name is, this guy here. I'm not too sure who he is. I know he plays for Otago, and that is a big wicket there. Joshy Hazlewood getting another one, and that is exactly what we wanted. It's Tommy Latham as well. He was looking good, 17 off 30, and Hazlewood has been an absolute star for me. I must say, he has been absolutely incredible in this, well, just in general. He's just been really good for me in all 3 formats. So, it is good to see him doing that, good to see him deliver, especially Mitchell Starc. I've been a little bit disappointed with him. He has been good, but not as good as I would like. And a man who has been good since making his one-day debut is Sean Abbott. You basically cannot take him out of the side, doing really, really well at the moment. Probably bowling actually better than Mitchell Starc. Obviously doesn't have the same heat, but he's gone and picked up Papali and McClure, that inexperienced middle order that I was talking about, and all of a sudden he is on a hat-trick with Ross Taylor there, boys. Can he get it? No, Ross Taylor just goes and plays it out. So that's a little bit of a disappointment, but New Zealand in real trouble here, 25 for 4 off just 11 overs. And because Hazlewood's been bowling so well, I'm going to keep him going. I'm going to go... this will probably be his last one because I don't really like bowling bowlers too many overs in a row. That will be his 8th in a row. But it doesn't get any easier for the New Zealanders here because, as we can see, Williamson has gone. So that doesn't make it easier by any stretch. But I was saying the bowlers that are coming in will not make it any easier for them. Mitchell Marsh, would you believe, picked up 6 for me in the last game. So he is in very good form. New Zealand in all sorts of trouble at 41 for 5. This is one of the better bowling performances we have seen. And I'm kind of hoping that I don't really need to use Glenn Maxwell. I'm kind of hoping that I can sweep through this tail sooner rather than later. Saying that, still Monroe and Taylor, and both very competent batters. Monroe obviously just coming off a stint with the Sydney Sixers in the Big Bash League. Sean Abbott needs to be rested. And Glenn Maxwell is going to come in. He is our frontline spinner here today. It was a tough choice between going... I've actually got a lot of spinners in the side when you look at it. So we've got Glenn Maxwell. There's Agar, who I talked about earlier in the episode. We've got Zampa, who is in terrible bowling form. I don't know why he's not bowling well. But yeah, he's basically on 0 stars. He's just doing nothing for me. And then we've got Nathan Lyon, who I've had mixed reviews with. A lot of people saying he's really, really amazing in this game. Really, really good to use. However, I haven't seen it yet. In the test matches, yes, he's been good. But in the one-dayers in the 2020s, not as good. And that, I think, is a little bit of a problem, is trying to get, that frontline spinner for us in limited overs and 2020 cricket. It is very hard, and it does make it quite difficult just to tie down an end as well. I mean, if you look back, New Zealand really were struggling. I think they've put on 40 runs for this partnership, but they were about 41 for 5. They're going to make that 81 for 6 as Maxwell. I was just saying that he doesn't really get the job done, but he's gone and got Taylor, his first wicket, and that's what we like to see. But another guy I could potentially use is Chris Lynn. Again, heard good things about him. He took 4 for for me in a test match not too long ago, actually to win it, would you believe, which is kind of crazy that he can go and do that. But now that New Zealand are 6 down, I feel a bit more comfortable bowling Maxwell out for those 10 overs that he is probably going to have to bowl. And he's actually gone and picked himself up another wicket. He's got Matt Henry trying to play all kinds of weird shot, I guess would be the way to say it, but he is gone, so New Zealand now 7 down, and we have got plenty of gas left in the tank. How intimidating must it be for Mitchell Starc to come back at this stage with New Zealand 7 down, going to make it 8 down now that Colin Munro has gone, and at the moment 90 for 8. Still 12 and a half overs left to go, but I can't imagine that they would go and bat those out. Probably a little bit of a bit of a slog from Southee here, which is something we've come to expect as New Zealand fans. We'll see them get up towards... I mean, it's really hard in this situation. You know, you still got to go and try and get something on the board. They've gone and got past 100, which I think mentally it's something, but this is the problem that I have, and this is the problem New Zealand bowlers in real life are having at the moment, is that they really are struggling against the tail. I mean, these guys here, I think we've gone and got Southee to a little bit of a dubious LBW decision, but we'll take it. But, you know, you really want your guys, especially Mitchell Starc. Mitchell Starc's such a good bowler. You want him to come back and just clean up the tail. Be done with it, finish with it, see you later. That is what you want, but that hasn't quite happened to date so far, and I'm in a little bit of a tricky situation here when it comes to bowling. Just to make sure that everyone has bowled out, we're going to have to do this quite strange. Hazlewood I probably should have brought back a little bit earlier on. Not really a death bowler in my opinion, but McDermott, I must say, since I brought him into the side, his batting hasn't been great, and that's why he's batting down at number 8. I think he second top scored in the last game, which I actually lost, scored 41, but he just really has been struggling quite a bit with the bat, but his work behind the stumps has been absolutely incredible. I wouldn't change it for the world. He takes amazing catches, pretty good. Like, there's hardly any extras that we seem to get against us either. There's hardly any buys, hardly any leg buys. So that is really, really good. It's really good to see that he is going and contributing with the gloves. As I said, not so much with the bat. But I think, you know, he is still very young. I think he's still only about 21, 22. So there's plenty of time to go and improve on that batting where need be. But really, really happy with how he's going. And a lot of people are saying that, you know, when I have games that are kind of dead rubbers that don't really matter, which could potentially be coming up in this series. I mean, this is game number 6, so we've only lost 1 to date so far, which is against Pakistan last time around. This could potentially be, I was going to say, a run-out opportunity, but Warner is well in his crease, so that is good to see. But yeah, plenty of opportunities to play some of these young guys as well, possibly play Nathan Lyon, as I said. Sean Abbott has cemented his place in this one-day side. His bowling has been very good. Same as Mitchell Marsh. I'm really impressed with him. I was a bit dubious, kind of trying to play him, but New Zealand get their first one. Warner is gone. A very good in-swinging Yorker that's going and taking off stump. In comes captain Steve Smith, and he'll be liking this situation. Again, this is probably the situation that a lot of people are saying, Cliffy, put Ben McDermott in, give him a bat. You know, Chris Lynn, Travis Head, obviously the future of the side. But I'm one of those guys that I like to win. I just like to win regardless. You know, this top 3 obviously is very good, and I want to keep them going, get them into a good bit of form. Because Travis Head has been in great form as of late, and he probably is going to get a bat here today with how things have been going. But as you can see, now averaging 33.4. Strike rate is incredible, which is good. He's come in and played a lot of good knocks towards the back end of one-day international innings. He hasn't gone and got that big score for me yet. But he has been going and getting, I think he's got a couple of 50s, and as I said, they have been quite quick, coming off just 30 to 40 balls. So sometimes that's what you need just to go and boost that total up, and he has done a very good job for me there. And I really don't know. This is, you know, I'm a little bit disappointed with the Australian batters here. I mean, Warner and Khawaja both going and getting starts, getting into the 30s, and then going and getting themselves out. But you know, it does give an opportunity for Chris Lynn and Travis Head to see this game home. Both still reasonably, I wouldn't say inexperienced, but, well, yeah, inexperienced would be the way to go. Inexperienced at the national level, international level. So, again, it is a good chance for them to go and try and stake their claim. Chris Lynn, it's hard to keep him going because he continually seems to get out, but I don't really have any other batters that I can really play in this lineup. The only thing I can do is looking at playing another bowler and shifting everyone up, which I might possibly do in the next game. However, looking at this pitch, I mean, this was a perfect pitch to play on. really, we should have gone with that 4 bowling attack. But at the moment, the quicks of Hazelwood, Abbott, and Stark are working really well for me. The part-time of Mitchell Marsh, obviously we've had Ashton Agar. Maxwell bowled beautifully today. He's back in the side. It would be nice if he could actually get some runs as well, because that would really boost his confidence. You know, he's done well with the ball. If you can get in and get a few runs today, it could be huge. And this is the bowler, remember, that I was talking about at the start, that you can really target. We're not going to have to do that here today, just because, you know, we are chasing such a low total. We only need another 4 runs, and we're going to chase it down basically with about half the innings left to go and half the side still in the hut. But please don't be out there, Maxwell. Please, thank you very much, umpire, for shaking your head to that one. That's what I need. I mean, even a not out for Maxwell here, you know, to hit the winning runs, hit a boundary here, would be great. I don't think it's going to quite have the legs to get all the way. It is going to hold up, but we did only require 1, and just like that, Australia have won. With about 22 overs left to go and 6 wickets left in the shed. Travis Head finishing not out again. Chris Lynn, disappointing once again to only get 13. Got a start, got into double digits, and hasn't gone and kicked on from there. But Sean Abbott, 4 for 20. He was amazing. All the bowlers were good. Hazelwood, Maxwell even picking up a couple there, and Abbott, rightfully so, getting that man of the match for his 4 for 20. But as we can see going to the table, we could potentially have some dead rubbers coming up very, very soon. As we can see, we have only lost 1 game. That was last time around. And I don't know if you can actually have a look at the stats. Maybe is that under team info? Combined, batting, bowling. Maybe the series. Hang on. Last year. First Pakistan. No, that's not what I want. Okay. Never mind. We'll just ignore that. But we'll go back. We'll have a look at the other game against New Zealand, as I said, which was our first loss of the tournament. Can see Benny McDermott getting that score. What am I doing? I honestly don't know, but I should be able to find it in here. New Zealand beat Pakistan. New Zealand beat Pakistan. It must be here somewhere. Australia. Where the hell is it? Australia beat New Zealand. New Zealand beat Pakistan. Pakistan beat New Zealand. God, I can't find this. This is embarrassing. Where is it? Where is it? All teams, Australia. Here we go. We'll scroll down. We should find it here. Australia beat New Zealand. So we've had some big wins against them. Where is it? Where is that loss? I swear it wasn't that long ago. And we definitely did lose. Pakistan. Oh, maybe it was Pakistan we lost to. Oh, it was Pakistan we lost to. What am I saying? But as you can see, Warner getting that 76. Ben McDermott, 41. Pretty happy with that. But the bowlers, obviously, 184. Never going to be enough. But Abbott carrying on his good form. Agar, a little bit expensive. Mitch Marsh, a little bit expensive. Mitchell Stark actually taking some wickets for me, which is quite strange. But heading into the next game and the future games in this tournament, I think we play 8 games, so we possibly might play through the next 3, then bring you guys the first game of the final series and see how things progress from there. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. Do hope you've enjoyed this video. Until next time, this is Cliffy, your King of Career Mode and New Zealand's #1 source of international cricket captain 2016 content, signing out.